Grab your mouse ears and ready your wands. You're tuning in to Castles to Cauldrons, your ultimate guide to the magic, the thrills, and everything in between. From strolling right down the middle of Main Street, USA, to dodging fire-breathing dragons in Diagon Alley, we've got your theme park adventures covered. And now, sharing their hottest takes and best tips, here are your hosts, Jason, Micah, Rachel, and Terry.
Welcome to episode 65 of Castles
65?
65. Rachel's only been here for 40 of them.
Half of them. I was going to say half, but thanks for giving me some credit.
Yeah.
She's a busy woman.
She is. As you can hear, Micah, Terry, and Rachel are here. Rachel, we are glad you're back. We missed you last week with recapping Disneyland because you were so instrumental in everything. So
I know. I was bummed to miss that episode. But, you know, I had to represent magical travel with the gold and silver earmarked for them. So,
Disney World.
at Disney World. Yeah, it was I was home for one night in between the two coasts. So, yeah.
yeah, was there anything memorable that you I know you said you listened to the episode, but was there anything that you wanted to add from the Disneyland stuff just as the owner and everything of co-owner of what we did, anything that we missed or anything like that?
No, I just think it was great that, you know, we had 15 agents and I thought that was a perfect size. We've had, you know, events where it's been 36 people and we've had events where it's kind of been around 20, but I think 15 was great. I was able to mingle with everyone. Everyone was, you know, talking with other people. It wasn't cliquey. So I think 15 really is a nice number.
Yeah.
Lauren and
Like
Disney,
a good group.
it was a great group. Everyone just got along so well. You know, Lauren and Disney setting up the resort tours so we could see the good neighbors. I thought that was fantastic. Just to be hosted by them is always a pleasure and a treat. And then I just really enjoyed getting to, like, I met agents that I've never met in person before. So it was nice to do that. But no, I just had a great time. Churros are definitely better in Disneyland than Disney World. And
Very much
apparently
so.
everyone loves my dancing with the churros.
It was actually
Video.
a great video.
It's fun.
It
video.
was.
Like, Jamie texts me. She's like, your video is epic. I'm like, that's just me being me. Like, I
Yeah.
was sober. Like, I was just, you know.
Like, do
But
they
there were
not
some good
remember
churros.
your Jack Sparrow run from
I was
Universal AEP?
I was very not sober during that.
Jason just in that video, he's like, I don't know what you can do with this, but I think we can do something. He's like, we've got to be able to do something. with
Terry,
it."
the music
It's
was
like-
perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you picked the best song to go with it.
I was like, what's Rachel's vibe? And I was just going through music. And once that one hit, I was like, perfect.
Yep, it was great.
Perfect.
I text Rachel. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna send this to Terry. If it's okay with you, just to put it on Reels so we have something fun for this episode." And naturally, she's like, "Yeah, sure."
I don't care.
So it's
You know how like TikTok or Instagram tries to pick the music for you? The AI, I
Yeah,
guess, reads
right.
it. It tried to put like a doo kind of Disney song behind it. And I was like, no, this is not the vibe we're going for right now. I'm going to say no.
But just the fact that, like, Lauren bought the churros. She got the last 10. She's got
She
people
literally
behind her
bought out the cart.
pissed. The people behind her.
I think
But,
the
you know,
reason they taste better in Disneyland is because they make them fresh
They're
on
fresh.
site in Disneyland. Disney World, they're shipped in frozen by a third party and all that jazz. So they they're a little bit more stale in places. I'm not a churro fan so much. I mentioned it last week, but I love those. That was
Yeah.
So good. They were still hot.
yes.
And I only ate half, which
more.
half was more than
Yeah.
enough because they're huge.
Yeah.
Like, they're big churros. So,
I actually, when I was in World last week, I got Scarlet churro popcorn.
Ooh.
She has yet to open it yet. It's in a bag, like a sealed bag. So she has yet to open it, but I'm going to be curious what that tastes like.
I would think very cinnamon and sugar, like
Yeah.
just kind of more of
Yeah.
that flavor, probably. But
Doesn't really look cinnamony, but
yeah.
who knows?
It's like, I feel like if you crunched up Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is more sugar than cinnamon, and like you swung it around in a bag of popcorn, it might taste like that.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Now I'm curious. I'm not like I said, I like popcorn. I don't like flavor on my popcorn. Well, we'll start this episode with my favorite type of topic and the topic that we have to discuss off podcast too, because we need to know if we're going to go to do this together. But HHN, naturally. The cool thing that came around, it was been a couple weeks. I actually had this in the show notes for last week and it got lost. So the Simpsons creator has mentioned in passing at a panel that there is talks of the Simpsons and the Treehouse of Horror coming to HHN one year. And he kind of alluded to the fact of that we could see something small this year with it growing next year, that they have a bigger thing. There's a video from Hollowed Horror on Twitter. If you want to go watch, it's about 2 minutes with him talking about this. I think that's really cool. Like, as a fan, I'm not a huge Simpsons fan, but an HHN fan that knows that there's a big Simpsons episode every year of the Treehouse of Horror. I think this is really cool that they're going to try to get it in there, and that people have been really wanting for the past, I don't know how many, as long as I've been doing HHN.
So would it start off as like a zone, like something small like that, or smaller than that this year?
I don't know. I don't know if they would just decorate the fast food boulevard, because they put the chainsaw horde back in there the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like that chainsaw horde.
We just remembering when we walked through that section.
And that little kid or the little girl was right behind the pillar.
No, not that. One of the team members like came up to me and was like,
oh, yeah.
And he like,
yeah.
I forgot about that.
He just walks up to you like real creepy and staring at you.
Yeah, no, he like wanted to try to polish my bald head.
God.
Stuff that would never happen at Disney happens at Universal.
Definitely.
Well, you know what? I don't get offended with that because, like, listen, I gotta have fun with it. So, like,
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I could see another alopecian getting upset about that.
Maybe he could just be like, hey, she's at HHN. She seems real cool.
Right.
We're going to do this.
I wonder, like, he approached slowly. You know, like, I wonder if he, like, gauged, like, you know, kind of
my attitude.
Like, she looks like she'd be cool with it as opposed to, like, someone else who maybe would have, like, flinched or, you know, something like that when he came by. And
could have just been like, hey, this person is either going to hate this or love this. And if they throw at me, then they're just going to get banned from the park. So
yeah,
I'm going to go for it.
No, but
whatever happened.
It was a good memory.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so Simpsons. I also think we were talking about this off recording that I think they're fixing to lose the rights to the Simpsons at Universal. That's the rumor that they're fixing to let that go back to Disney. So they're probably throwing everything they can at the wall to get this done at least once before it leaves.
Now, if they have a house, do you think it'd be gory?
No.
Like, I don't think so either. Like, would it be like a truly scary house if they had like a whole house?
No, I think it would just go in line with the Treehouse of Horrors video, like episodes.
It can't be.
Yeah, I would probably go with my son because we're a big Simpsons household, but more in the fact that like we like seasons like 1 through 12. That's kind of where we live. But yeah, I think I would take Mason. I think he would probably enjoy that. So
I think the biggest thing with the Simpsons at HHN is Disney's going to have to sign off on whatever. So that's why you're not
because they own Fox.
Yeah,
they're
not going to give you like gory stuff like Terry was asking about. They're going to give you as close to Simpsons as possible without crossing any lines that Disney would be like, we'll be there in a second. So it'd be great to see that they actually do something and how they do that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a fun house to go through. Like, especially like she said, if you have kids and you want to go to HHN and like
this
maybe
is like
all the houses.
Your kid's like 13. Like this is their first time experiencing it. This is a good like.
And I'm not saying they necessarily do a full on house. They might just do something in the Simpsons area that fully engulfs the Simpsons.
That's more like a scare zone or like
look. I don't like clowns. I think they're creepy in the daylight, not Halloween. So they could just have some dude dressed as Krusty the Clown out there, and I would think that's creepy enough. Like you don't have to go all out with a house because clowns are inherently just super creepy.
They are, especially
that
like
one
in the dark like that.
Yeah,
and usually
and
those
go ahead.
The scare zone right there, usually the chainsaws are something to do with clowns in a way.
Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, the kind of people who like want to dress up like a clown. Like, what's going on in that person's head? You know, like, I don't know many grown men. They're like, you know what I want to do? I want to be a clown.
Well,
we got 3 new houses this week as well. and we're, as usual, recording this on Thursday, so there's probably going to be more announced before this comes out. These are all original houses versus the IPs we've gotten recently. First one is HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Fright-tacular. I know y'all know all the history of HR Blood and Guts.
Yeah. So can I ask a question?
Yes.
What does HR stand for?
Do you remember the show back in the day? Like legit. It wasn't HR.
No, it was HR Puffin stuff.
Yes. It was filmed in here's the random knowledge of Jason. Christine, this is for you and Heather, since y'all were making fun of all that stuff. Where the CNN building is in Atlanta that they got rid of now, that was a theme park for Puffin stuff, or HR Puffin stuff. And that was a theme park beforehand. It's the world's tallest freestanding escalator, and that's where you would go in and see all that stuff. And then CNN bought it, Ted Turner bought it, and redid it to CNN Center. So there you go. There's your random knowledge for Atlanta that I know. But that's what this is like. This was taken off of that type of thing. I wasn't a HHN person in 2011. It was when HR first made his debut at HHN. The way they talk about this is that it's a spooky sequel tribute house on a dark Halloween night where there's a scare-a-thon, which kids nowadays don't know what a telethon is in the first place.
No,
So-
it's all very dated.
And
I don't even know who HR Puffin stuff is. I had to Google him. Like I've heard the name,
is-
but
he
that show
looks
was before
high,
my
like
time.
he's a high monster or something like that.
Yeah,
If you
that
look
was like
up-
before my time, so I had to Google
Yeah.
that. So this whole thing is very dated, but I think it's good nostalgia dated. I don't think it's like outdated. Does that make
It's
sense?
something that people have been wanting for a while.
Yeah.
I know there's always been rumors in the back saying that we should get another HR Blood and Guts, but I don't. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about and how he looks and everything for the first time. The next one we got was probably going to be Micah's favorite one because it has to do a little bit with animals. But it's
I mean, like not being
And their
like
deaths.
being serious. I actually thought it sounded cool, but
yeah, I was like, Micah's going to like this one. So Madlands, it's caged cannibals. It's set in a defunct zoo that has become a deadly domain of warring cannibal factions that have taken on their animal instincts to extremes. So they say this is probably going to be the bloodiest house they've ever done. So that one ups Terrifier from last year, and just a bunch of people eating people.
to me, like, I think I said this last year, but like this to me sounds like what a HHN house should be. Like if you're wanting to go through and it's going to be gross and scary, like this is what it sounds like to me. Like
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I think
it
like
does sound
Halloween, I
cool.
think things like this.
Right. I'm going to be curious if that's going to be like a set house. Like if you're going to smell it.
Yeah.
Which-
Yeah.
It should, because if I would imagine there's probably gonna be like dead animals in this thing and stuff like that too, just because it's in a old zoo.
Yeah.
But then you're gonna have dead bodies and the blood and everything like that.
They could do like decomp and blood.
That's what I was when you said smells, the first thing I thought was like rotting flesh. And I was like, ugh.
But the
I thought,
weird
like,
part about
blood.
like that is like blood, but also like decaying things because I've done, animal stuff for so long. Like it
Yeah.
almost has a sweet quality to it though. Like it has a sweetness to the
It smells
smell.
like Reese's in here.
Not like that. No, it's still disgusting, but it also though, because of the way things break down, it'll have a sweetness to it. It's weird. When you mix that with the metallic smell of like pennies from the blood.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm kind of with Mike that this right now is probably my most anticipated house that I've
Yeah.
seen with what the story arc is, since it's so original. Yeah. The last one we got was actually just announced today of the recording. Cybergoria, a futuristic dive thousands of years in the future into a cold world, driven by machines that have a singular goal to keep you alive forever, even if it kills you. Sounds very Matrix meets the Terminator to me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't excite me. It's going to be fun to go through once, and it'll probably be that. I'm not a fan of the Terminator stuff. I'm not a fan of the Matrix. So
I can
My
see that one either
prediction-
being really bad because, like you said, it's kind of what do you do with it, or it's going to be really good because of visuals and like sets and elements and things they put in it. I feel like it's never going to be in the middle. It's either going to be like a really good one where you're like, oh wow, like I wasn't expecting that, or it's going to be really bad where you're like, okay, that was about as cheesy as I thought it was going
Yeah.
to be. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Micah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my prediction is that's gonna be one of the tent houses. Like it's
I have
probably
to
not
look
gonna
at
be
the.
as like big as, you know, I feel like the cage cannibals need a lot of space. So
Yeah, I have
like
to
the
look at
zoo.
the
It's a
spec
zoo.
map
It
to
has
see where it
to.
all is. The one thing I'm looking for that they haven't announced is something like Galkin last year, the quote unquote pretty house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always do, where it's scary, but they put a lot of thought into the decor sets and everything like that.
Now, I will say, as much as I don't like HHN or scary houses or anything like that, I do like how they pander to everybody's horror. You know, what you like. Like you said, you could like the nostalgic HR Blood and Guts, or the Gawkin Vikings, or the cannibals, or the clown terrifier. It's like they kind of pick up all the elements of fear and then all the elements of horror movies, whether it's like there's suspense, there's thriller, there's blood and guts, there's campy, there's like always, I feel like, one with like a religious aspect. Like, you know, there's nothing creepier to me than like a kid in a movie that's possessed by the devil. You know, that's like the creepiest thing. So I do like how they don't like box themselves in into like, oh, this is all like Jason type horror where it's going to be someone
Right.
cutting you up. Like some of it's psychological. So I do like that. And they also hit you with the, okay, we're going to throw Stranger Things in there because that's going to get people who might not normally come, but we're going to put a big
Sinners,
name in there
people
as
who
a
love
draw.
that movie Sinners.
Yeah, like we're going to go popular things, then we're going to go to HR Blood and Guts, who I literally had never heard of until today when I read the rundown, but Jason says goes all the way back to 2011. So I do like how they encompass everything.
They're very big on their lore with everything, so that's the fun thing. They try to build on all these things.
Well, it's marketing too. They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to appeal to the masses in order
to
to
have 4
make it worth
different
it.
people here that want 4 different things when they go, and we all will come out satisfied. We all won't rank our houses exactly the same, but we will all come out satisfied. So
Well, Carrie will only have one house ranked because she says she's only doing Stranger Things.
if I go, I'm only doing Stranger, but I'll have all the food. I'm gonna eat this time. We're not, instead of going into houses. While y'all are going to houses, I'm gonna eat and
I wonder
review
what
food.
HR blood and guts food's going to look like.
Covered in ketchup.
Yeah, is it gonna be chili? Is it gonna be chili? Oh, and then the cannibal food too.
That's chili. Decomposing bodies and stuff. I see chili and hot sauce kind of things.
Say like a hot dog that looks like a finger.
Yeah, like a finger. That's what I was thinking too.
Better than toothpaste, corn dog.
All right.
They're probably gonna put some type of red foam in the middle of a corn dog.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That's the Universal news we got. Well, let's talk about this right quick. I didn't put it in the show notes. Universal Kids Resort. We've seen pictures. We've seen TikToks, I assume, and reels and whatnot. What are y'all's over thoughts of what we're seeing coming out of Texas?
It's a cute park. Like, I mean, it visually is very cute. I think it panders lower ages. I even had a group text this week with you guys, and a 9-year-old who likes thrill rides, and her mom was like, do you think she'll like it? And I think our consensus was it was probably a little young for her.
Yeah.
If she likes thrill rides. Now, if you have a 9-year-old that doesn't and just likes the cutesy stuff, it might be perfect.
It's gotten a lot of hate online, mainly because, people take...
That's what people online do.
Yeah, that's what they do. They sit behind the keyboards. But they take the artist renderings that they had of this is what it's going to look like. And then when they said it just opened, it doesn't look like this. And some of it I get. Like, you could have easily painted some of the Minion rides, stuff like that. I think the hotel looks great. I really think it looks fun. I would like to take Travis out there within the next year just to see what he likes about it. But I don't know if it's really worth a 14-hour drive or a plane flight to go experience.
Like if you're already going to be there and you have an extra day.
Right.
Yeah. Like you're visiting family in Texas. You're like, we could swing by here on like our last day on the way home and do this.
I am gonna like sound horrible in saying this, but I have not even looked at anything about it. I think this is because my kids are so old now that I really have no interest in it. Is it a 1-day park?
They're selling half-day tickets.
Yeah.
So why, if it's like a half-day 1-day park, why am I gonna fly there?
That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
stay in a
To do
hotel
that.
there.
I think eventually, that we've talked about it where they have enough land where maybe they build a water park of some sort right next to it.
Yeah.
Where it's a 2-day thing. But they have to do some major expansion to it because there's 2 thrill rides. One coaster looks like Fly the Hippogriff. The Jurassic coaster doesn't look all that bad, but it doesn't look amazing. The Minions ride looks fun. And then the Shrek ride looks horrible. Like it's just flats. And that's saying something after we come off Disneyland where Pinocchio, Snow White, Mr. Toad,
They're all like
those
the
are all
OGs.
flats. And they put so
Yeah.
much into it. And it's like, you're making some of these people making excuses of, well, this is for a 6-year-old. Well, Disneyland was for a 6-year-old too. And they went above and beyond.
Do you think that they rushed it?
I kind of think my theory is, and I can't take full credit, I've seen it online, is that this is a proof of concept, kind of like Disney Quest was. Here's how much we spent right now to get it open. And as it becomes successful, we can start making these things look a little bit better. So if you wanted to build one in Ohio, here we go. We can build it because this not open year round. They've released all the dates saying that, it's not open on major holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that type of stuff. And I think during the winter, it's not going to be open or something like that. So it's like very much a regional park. And they
Well,
know
that's
them to make money there.
crazy because nobody wants to go to a theme park in Texas in August. Like the winter
Right.
is almost when you want to go because
They have ice storms in Texas just as much as they have
I mean they do, but think of someone like Rachel in Pennsylvania. She doesn't want to go to 108-degree Texas, but she might want to take her family over like Thanksgiving holiday. Like if they have family down there, she might say because it'll be 80 degrees still. 75, 80 degrees there where it might be snowing in Pennsylvania or cold
Right.
by that point. I don't know. I don't know Pennsylvania weather, but I'm saying I'm like you, Jason. I feel like it's like they're dipping their toe in.
Yeah.
Like
We'll have to see. Kelly Hyman's going like the weekend before it opens. So I'll be curious to see what she has to say about it. So
you get
We'll have
boots
to-
on the ground.
We'll have to get her on and talk to her about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they might have done market research and said, "Hey, there's nowhere in Middle America
Which
that has a theme park, and this might be like the first of, like you said, might expand around it to where
it just,
You know.
yeah, I just think you're like Terry, you're talking about like a theme park, but it's more
Yeah.
based on kids. Like it's not
There's-
inclusive.
There's not
like,
a lot
where
that
I'm gonna
the
have
adults
teenagers.
are like,
I
Wow,
say, and I don't
wow.
see it, adults paying a lot of money to go to something that only their 6-year-old is going to enjoy.
Right. It almost reminds me of like
Yeah.
Sesame Place up here,
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
like localized. Like you guys have never, I'm sure you guys would never come up here to go to Sesame's Place.
I
Like,
do
so. Okay, yeah, you would. But yeah, I can see it being like something like that.
Yeah,
But, yeah, I'm not, I guarantee you I would not sell it. Like I have no one interested in it. No one's asking
Yeah.
about it.
I'm in the same boat. A lot of my clients have older kids, so they're not asking about it. I'm the only one that's kind of interested in going just because of Travis, but at the same time, I don't want to take that long trip. Now, we've talked about doing a road trip to Disneyland in the near future, and
That'd
that
be
would
one
be
to
small.
stop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, because hotel, we got to stay one night. If they're selling half-day tickets, Travis is not a roller coaster person right now, so it'd be perfect for us to go and do that, and then get back on the road the next morning and keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I'm literally flying into Texas in September, like to Dallas, and thought briefly about it just to see what it was like. And then I was like, never mind. I'm not going to that as an adult by myself and seeing what's going on.
You should. There's nothing creepy about that at all.
No.
Yeah.
Showing up without a child to a children's theme park.
The influencer did it last week.
They got invited though.
Yeah, that's different. They're the only ones in there.
Move over to Walt Disney World and Disney News. We've got the halfway to the holidays got announced this week. A lot of big news. There's some discounts. Rachel, what are discounts looking like for the Walt Disney World Resort over the holiday?
You know, I had them printed out from working
Right
today.
go.
And then there's my list of clients. So there's a Disney Plus promo, but you have to be part of Disney Plus Perks, which I think it's like a separate enrollment, or like you have
But I
to
think
opt
it's free.
into it. It's free, but I think you have to like opt into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not done that. You can receive a free Park Hopper add-on, which is huge. To save up to 25% off of rooms, but it's a 4-night, 4-day ticket. The offer starts end of September for that. Then there's just a broad room offer up to 20% off. Those dates are October 4th to December 24th. Obviously, it's usually like a Sunday to a Thursday type of deal, so not every date and not every hotel is included. Then there's Florida resident and AP holders discounts as well for the October to December timeframe. I saved my clients a few bucks to be able to upgrade a few room categories, but other than that, the availability I think is extremely limited.
I have some friends that I've been texting about it, and they were very hard on getting their stuff too, and it was like, okay. Just as a note, we always like to say that the 20% discount up to 20% is usually the highest percentage off is the deluxe villas, and then it goes down per resort.
15 and then 10.
And yeah, so if you're wanting to save a lot of money, you're going to save money staying at Pop Century. You're just not going to save 20%. You're going to only save 10. So, and then like the exclusions are usually the campsites or the Little Mermaid rooms at Art of Animation.
No, actually, the Little Mermaid rooms have been included lately. Yeah,
Ooh.
on like a lot of I think they've stopped including them.
Well, that's good.
Excluding them. I definitely have had promos with the Little Mermaids.
That's good because I have people that want to stay at Art, but they don't want to have the suite. So
yeah, no, they definitely include them now because I've definitely booked discounts with it. But it's going to be like the three bedroom villas, the campsites, the cabin, like the over the winter the bungalows. Yeah, those.
We have dates for the Very Merry Christmas Party, and
Jollywood.
And Jollywood Nights.
Jollywood now goes into January. That's the first.
So Mickey's Very Merry starts on November 8th, runs select nights through December 22nd. And then we've mentioned it before. I'm not trying to say like, hey, do this, but after the 22nd, the Very Merry Christmas Party offerings usually move up into the regular stuff. And by offerings, I mean the parade and the fireworks. You're not going to get the cookies. You're not going to get the meet and greets. That's what you pay for. So, the busier week that they can't do that type of stuff. I haven't seen much change, and they've gotten a lot of flack on social media because there's not much changing.
Well, I was looking at the Jollywood pictures, and they have like Bing Bong and like other Pixar. Was he there last time? Because I feel like he's a land character. You only see him at Disneyland.
Which you only see him at Pixar Place in Disneyland.
Right. So are they making Jollywood more Pixar? Because it's in Hollywood Studios?
Well, they're trying to make it more character friendly too, because that was the biggest thing when they first started doing it. Was
more like adulty, like sequency, vibey type of dress up thing. Yeah. Which I thought they try to appeal to the adults, but I think, Hollywood Studios is a second best park. So they need to appeal to the kids.
I love Hollywood Studios, and we've done the party the past 2 years of Jollywood Nights. So the dates for Jollywood Night are starting November 7th through January 5th of 2027. Like Rachel said, it's running all the way that far out. That's very surprising, but you see that they take off that Christmas week again. My theory is that January 3rd and 5th, they're trying to get the marathon crew in. They can sell a few more of those tickets when marathon runners and their families come in.
Or it's, people are there for New Year's as well. and they might
they don't
want
want
to
to
have. It might lure people to stay a couple extra days.
Yeah,
they don't want to
especially
miss
since
Christmas at home, but they want to do Christmas stuff at
Well,
Disney.
I was gonna say,
Right.
especially because the Very Merry Christmas Party ends on the 22nd of December, so they don't really have an opportunity to do a Christmas party unless they're going to do Jollywood nights.
Yeah, and I don't think they move any of the Jollywood stuff into regular park hours like they do it
Mm-mm.
for Very Merry. So it's not like you're putting it behind a paywall, bringing it out of the paywall, and then putting it back behind a paywall. If you did that with Very Merry, you'd have a lot of mad people. Like,
Yeah.
you could have seen this parade
Yeah.
yesterday for free, but now I have to pay $100 and something to see it. The Very Merry Christmas tickets go on sale July 9th for guests staying on property and July 16th for general. And then the same thing for Jollywood. Big news coming out of all of this, though, was coming from Grand Floridian, of all places. They are not bringing back the gingerbread house, and it's supposedly confirmed that this is a permanent deletion, that it will not be coming back. And I think I called that last year. I think when we talked about this at some point, I said,
We just said, where is it going to go? Like, there's no space with that new bar and how they did things.
It is going to be missed. Like, I loved going into that lobby and seeing it. They've said they're going to do big things still, like not necessarily that big, but they will still have gingerbread displays around the resort. We'll get more information at a later date. But I'm sad to see that one go. That was a moneymaker too.
I said that's from what I read. It was no one could put exact numbers to it, but it's going to be a big revenue loss. But they've got to figure they're going to make it up somewhere, or they wouldn't have done it.
Can you explain the revenue loss? Because besides people going into the Grand and like maybe going to the bar and the gift shop, like what do you mean revenue loss?
Remember
what I was reading last night.
The gingerbread house was an active store.
And it sold
you could get like
and things.
Drinks. Yeah. Didn't they have that at the boardwalk too?
They do, but this was that special one that you actually got to walk up to the gingerbread house and buy stuff out of the gingerbread house.
And it was a shingle from the house. Yeah, that you were buying as your gingerbread. So it brought people there, and then they were buying stuff once they were there from the shop.
They got to be doing something for that then.
I mean, yeah,
they're not going to lose money.
Making more money than the gingerbread house makes, over a 2-month time period.
Right, it's a permanent fixture.
Yeah. I do hate it. The big news that also comes out of the press release they put out. Excuse me. It says, let me move up some. Where do I need to start? If you're looking to take Instagram worthy pictures with Christmas trees or joyful decorations, they are a place to exchange gifts with family members while soaking the sounds of peaceful holiday music. They can go and do the Disney Resorts Collections offerings, as long as they have a valid resort stay or valid dining reservation. So they were segueing this into the conversation we had last week with the bus thing at Disney Springs.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that they're saying we're going to do all this with the gingerbread stuff, but you have to have a valid dining reservation or on property hotel reservation.
At least they're saying on property, and not like for those specific places, because that would also like kind of not be worth them putting stuff at the different resorts if other people can't come see it.
Is there a way around that? Like, this is what I'm thinking. I drive my butt to TTC. I jump on the monorail and I take the monorail.
But you're paying the park at that point. What they're trying to do is like the people who were trying not to pay to park. Like, so with
free
I get it. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't thinking about like trying to
here's the thing.
Get over on parking. I was just more of trying to get into that resort.
One of the live streamers this week was trying to walk from TTC to Grand Flow, and he got stopped right outside the TTC asking if he had a resort reservation or a dining reservation, and they turned him around because he didn't have either.
So kind of like when we were doing the special walkway between Pixar Place and the Grand Californian, where they're making sure you have something.
Right. So from what we've learned since we recorded last week was that for Disney Springs, the bus stop you just have to. There's a cast member there that has an iPad. What's your name? Where you're staying? Okay, or what's your
That's gonna be
dining
such a
reservation?
bottleneck.
Yes, it is. I agree, but
Or are they going to have like a band scanner, like a zzz thing that,
it's got to be one of
you
those.
just swipe?
But once you get past that, you can get on any bus you want to any resort. But you have to have that valid reservation, whether it's a resort stay or it's a dining reservation.
I'm not mad about it. I think
I'm
it's
not
I'm not
mad
either.
either.
No.
Now, going back to what Terry said with the gingerbread, they're losing revenue. How many families went to the monorail loop and hopped on to go to the Grand Flow, and then to Contemporary to see their gingerbread displays, then got on a boat to Wilderness Lodge to see whatever they have, and then hop on a bus over to Epcot and go to
Festival
Boardwalk
of the Holidays.
Beach
Yeah.
and all those. Because me and Beth, we love doing that. We might not have had a resort stay or dining reservation. We might have come from Universal just to do those, and now we can't do it.
But is there like have they had complaints or have there been problems with like people waiting for monorails and people waiting for buses and resort paying guests, and this is their way of alleviating those things?
I don't know, but at the same time, the lobby bar of Grand Floridian doesn't have reservations.
Right.
And Trader Sam's doesn't have reservations. The outer limit, outer loop, whatever they call it, Contemporary doesn't have reservations.
Enchanted Rose at
Yeah.
it
So
doesn't.
you're losing revenue if you're saying, hey, these guys can't just come over to the bar and do the monorail loop and do the monorail crawl.
Or are you gaining revenue because you're making them pay to park now?
I don't think they'll even let you on the resort if you sit at the hotel unless you have a reservation.
Yeah, I
that's what
think
they're
it's
saying.
not. I don't think it's just the pay to park thing. I think it's they want to keep. They
Yeah,
want
you
to keep
can't-
non-resort guests out of it.
You can't
Yeah.
roll up to Grand Flow and say, I'm going to go to Enchanted Rose and have a drink.
Yeah.
I guess
feel
it's
like this
also a
is
way.
the people. I'm sorry, Rachel. Go ahead.
I'll say it might also be a way to get like APs because you might have locals
Yeah.
that don't have APs that go there for the restaurants
That's
and
true.
whatnot. And now they're going to have an AP in order
Yeah.
to do that. So
But
it
if they
could
don't
be
even
another
have, if they don't have a reservation at the resort, though,
but if they have an
If an
AP,
AP, they
then
can
they
scan
belong.
that.
They can scan that in.
Yeah. I was gonna say like the only people I was gonna say it's gonna hurt is like the locals who want to go and just have a drink at the Contemporary or Trader Sam's or
Oh.
go somewhere like that. It's gonna hurt those people. Like
Last-
the
Mike is
people
a
with
little-
annual passes, it's not gonna matter.
Last year, if this was in effect, though, like Terry and Micah, when we went to Disney for the day,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't have reservations to get out when we left Epcot and we went to Beach Club, unless we were with Allison's, but I don't know how that would work if we say, well, Allison's we're rooming with her.
Maybe that's how they need to fix it, is it needs to include people who also have park tickets for that day, or because those people
Yeah.
might not want to stay at the park the whole time. Like you're on Disney property already.
I agree. So last little bit of news, and we're going to spend very little time on this. It's just more of a informational thing. By now it's been fixed. Wilderness Lodge was without air conditioning for a few days, if I remember right. No more than a week. The hotel rooms completely out, and then the lobby was out. So like they were talking about like temperatures in the 90s in these areas. Just understand we're in Florida. When you're going to Orlando, when you're going to Walt Disney World, you're in places where you don't know what's going to happen. And they don't have the traditional air conditioning units that we have at home. They have chilling stations that are big, massive plants and that supply the AC to these rooms. Disney can only go as fast as they can. They're going to try to get you back in AC as fast as you can. You may or may not get compensation for whatever's going on. We aren't Disney. We can only do so much as agents. But no, that's something that can happen. And that's even for Universal. That's for SeaWorld. That's for any of those hotels.
Anywhere.
Yeah, if you're going to stinking Holiday Inn before your Disney cruise, there's a chance that their AC unit just goes out and you're going to be without air the night before your cruise. So it's that time of year. It's going to be hot. Just pray that they can get the AC working again at your hotel before if it goes out.
They did do their best. They did bring in portable air conditioning units to try to do like the main areas. So they were trying. So, and if things had to be ordered in,
Yeah.
I think that was the holdup, was that they're specialized parts and they had to be ordered in. And, when you're dealing with
It
a
takes
system
time.
that big. Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for it out of all would be the cast members that are working that resort cannot do anything to help get the air conditioning going. They don't have the power. They most likely don't have the knowledge, and they don't have the skill set, because if they had the skill set, they'd be doing it.
And they have to work in it.
Yeah. So just be patient with them. They're suffering just as much as you, if not more, because you're staying at the Wilderness Lodge. You can go put your bathing suit on and hop into the pool. Those cast members have to stay at their desk or their restaurant or whatever they're doing and stay in that heat in a costume for their entire shift.
Could you
And as hot
imagine
as
being
what
like
it is.
mousekeeping, having to clean all those rooms in that heat and doing stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
As hot as Florida is, this very rarely happens for as many things they have to keep air conditioned
Yeah.
on the entire property. So it's never a big complaint.
can you imagine the people working in the laundry room? How hot that room probably is, like with no air conditioning pumping in.
That's going to do it for the news. We're going to come back and talk something completely different that we've ever talked about, thanks to Rachel. So we'll be back after this.
Are you dreaming of your next adventure, but overwhelmed by planning? Magical Travel has you covered. With over 22 years in the business, we specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruise vacations, and all-inclusive resort getaways. Our services are 100% complimentary when you book a vacation package with one of our knowledgeable agents. Request a free quote to start the planning process at www.magicaltravel.com. Mention our podcast to be connected with one of our agents you are listening to.
And we're back. So we always talk Disney Universal, but there's that whole little thing in our title called Two, because we're Castles, Two Cauldrons. We want to talk about other things that might interest us. So like MSC cruises or Royal Caribbean cruises,
Or Sandals and Beaches.
and Sandals and Beaches. Yeah.
Where Rachel's
And there
going to
was-
take us, don't worry.
There was this one. A couple weeks ago, Rachel was talking in our group text about how they were going to go up to Hershey. I'm like, well, that'd be fun. We need to talk about that, because that's a little regional park that they have a lot to do, and maybe someone wants to do a weekend trip to Pennsylvania and see where everybody's favorite chocolate is made, and they have a theme park.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, can you give us a little bit of rundown of Hershey in general and what they have to offer when it comes to like resorts and things to do?
Well, Hershey Park is in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They have a school there. It's like a cute little town. You have Milton Hershey School. They do a lot in the community up there. There's several hotels. You have plenty of restaurants on that whole, area. And then you have the gardens, you have the museum, and then you have the theme park. Hershey Hotel is known as having one of the best spas in the country.
Wow.
And that's where I was while my son was on a field trip. So my mom and I were at the Hershey Hotel, and we did the spa day. So
Very jealous of all the things you had done that day. It looked fantastic.
Yeah.
yeah, it was like a mortgage
Yeah.
payment. Yeah, it's an expensive day. It's not cheap.
Do they bring out the fancy chocolate to put on you in the massage and all that stuff, or what?
They have different, so the cool thing about their massage or their services, they have like the chocolate scent stuff, and there's like a chocolate wrap and like a chocolate bath you could do. So they have a lot of the chocolate things incorporated in it. On my last service, I was like, just give me some lavender. Like I'm chocolated out. In the common areas, they have the hot cocoa. Like it's so good because it's like
It's
fresh
hot
and
cocoa
it's-
year round.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's like it's like next to the coffees. Like they have it in like all the rooms. There's bowls of Hershey Kisses, like everywhere you go. So it's themed beautifully. It's a fun day. If you can do it, splurge and get a
Yeah.
few services done. My husband and I went 8 years ago, and we only got one service done. It was kind of a last minute thing, and it's definitely not worth it to go up there for one service. You definitely want to make a day out of it. But yeah, my son went to Hershey Park with a field trip. So he was there riding the rides and eating food and doing all that. It's an hour and a half, hour and 15 from us. They have 3 sections in the park. They have the main Hershey Park, then they have the boardwalk, which is the water park section, and then they have the zoo section, which is called Zoomerica. I usually don't do water parks like around here. I'm a little skeeved out by them.
Is it the same price, like with the ticket to do all of those things?
It's a 3-in-1 ticket. It is seasonal, so they're not open during winter, usually. They'll do like a Christmas light thing, but they will close down
It's like
for
Monday,
weather.
yeah, Monday through Thursday, they're closed and the only reason I know is I've been watching videos trying to prepare for this, but the video I watched from last year's Hershey Lodge, the person was like, yeah, they're closed Monday through Thursday during November and December because of, lower crowds and all that. And
yeah.
Well, yeah, because you can only run roller coasters at like certain temperatures.
Has
Like
to
it
be
can't be
above
below. Yeah.
fun little fact is when I was probably 97, 98, I went to Hershey on a family vacation. We stopped and did the Rose Garden. And I remember seeing the Hershey lamps, the light post all around.
Okay.
And then the
Wait, hold on.
And the
Hershey lamps my dad made.
Really?
No, really?
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. My dad's I have a picture. I'll send it to you. My dad retired as a welder, and his company was, they won a bid to make the Hershey lamp posts.
That's so cool.
That is.
Yeah. So
you
we
guys
took
should have
pictures
like
of
free
them.
admission all the time.
You would, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
right?
but yeah. So every time I go up there, I'm like, there's my dad's lamp posts. So sorry, I had to cut you out for that one.
I
just 'cause-
love that.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing as a little kid because I was maybe like Mason's age when we went up there. I have a picture of me with the Reese Cup character
Costume guy, yeah.
And I remember just wanting to do the theme park because we went to the garden and it overlooked. I remember just looking down and y'all have it's the oldest wooden roller coaster on the East Coast, if not America. And I just remember looking down there and being like, I want to go there, but they wouldn't let us go. But we did the museum tour, which is the Hershey Store Museum experience now. And I remember getting I think it was just a little Hershey Kiss, or maybe it was a fun-sized Hershey bar.
You get a fun-sized.
So that's all I remember. And then there's a picture of me somewhere else. I'll have to see if I can find it of me with that Reese Cup and Hershey Man. Oh. Go ahead, Terry.
I was just say, first of all, I think every middle school field trip should come with a place for moms to go to the spa.
Yeah.
While they're there. That sounds amazing. Because middle schoolers are, middle schoolers. But second of all, like Jason said, I've never been, but all I ever heard growing up was like that the entire town smelled like chocolate.
No.
So it does not. Yeah. See? Dispelling
It's
rumors.
themed. I will say that, with the lamppost, when you're in, a certain square mile radius, it is themed. And I like that. And it's historical. The Milton Hershey School is historical. Like they take great pride in their community up there.
What I like about the older companies like that, like Hershey, and then I'm going to reference Walt Disney, is that the hometowns really embrace them. So you have Milton Hershey that does everything's named after him there. You go to Marceline, everything's the Walt Disney Post Office, the Walt Disney School, the Walt Disney Museum. I mean, it's all there. So they really embrace that. Because at the end of the day, Marceline, they're not making as much money off of Walt Disney as Hershey does with what he's done.
So, what size park? Like, if you had to compare it to a park size that you've been to before, as people that have never been, how big are you? We talking when we are,
It looks a lot from the few pictures I've seen, it looks a lot like a Six Flags to me.
Yeah, I was trying to compare it to
a
Disney. It's like a Six Flags size. I was going to try to compare it to a Disney park. It's definitely, what's the smallest Disney park? Epcot?
Studios.
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios. Yeah.
It's okay.
Disneyland is
I would say it's probably like 2/3 of Hollywood Studios.
And it
That's
has a mix of rides, right? Like roller coasters, kids
Yeah,
rides.
Candemonium. My son is a huge roller coaster nut. He can tell you what type of what type of coaster it is, the inversions, like everything that's supposed to like technical names for it. Candemonium, I went on that. That's the best. That's a pretty cool ride. And then
I'm
Comet
looking
is
it
the
up
classic.
right now.
Candemonium, like you get some airtime. It's a lap bar one. It's
So it's
really cool.
Is it like a giga coaster with no inversion? So it's similar to our Fury 325 we have here at Carowinds. Like it's like tall and a lot of like ups and
it's
downs
like a
and
Goliath
turns.
at Six Flags or a Manta
Yeah.
at World.
It looks fun.
Comet. Yeah, Comet is the wooden coaster. But then they have, they have other stuff for kids. So I think that they definitely appeal to, preschool all the way up to thrill rides. So that's why they do, a lot of field trips in this area. We'll go up there for the day. I actually went to Hershey Park in my 7th grade field trip, and Mason did it on his 8th grade field trip. So, I mean, they've been doing it for, how many years. So, no, I think it's great.
So
I just think it's.
I'm gonna move over to the resorts right quick. They really have. It looks like they've done the same thing that Disney's done when it comes to resort styles. So looking at their stuff, they have a Hershey Park camping resort, the Hershey Park Hershey Inn and Suites, which is a new hotel, the Hershey Lodge, and then the Hotel Hershey. So it kind of feels like those are like different tiers of hotel.
They are. I stayed at the Lodge with Andy. We're like in a little outdoor. It was like not a cabin. I forget what they called it, but it was like a building, and there was like just 2 entrances to it. It was like a twin house almost, and we had a fireplace in our room and whatnot. So yeah, they definitely have different styles, and which is great. I like how they appeal to it. There's also a bunch of other hotels that are close by.
Yeah, you don't
That's what I
have
was
to
just
stay on
noticing
property.
online. Like when you Google Hershey Park Resorts, it does give you like the nice ones nearby, I guess, if you don't want to stay on resort.
Yeah, Hotel Hershey, I mean, it's just a beautiful high-end hotel.
You
drive, it's beautiful.
It looks like Grand Flow, Grand Californian-esque, like with all the grand architecture and all that stuff. And that's where the spa is.
Yeah, it is. Like the hallways are darker themed, like elegant, like old time money. Like it's definitely has an elevated, rich feel to it. It's beautiful.
The video I watched before we started recording was on the Lodge, and they were talking about the sheets had Hershey Kisses like actually embedded into as a design on the sheets. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Disney doesn't even do that with their thousands.
No, Pixar Place. When we were just there, I don't know if you looked at the sheets, but it had the Pixar balls in them.
Okay. But Walt Disney World doesn't even do that.
That's awesome.
That's 3 resorts over there in Disneyland. Walt Disney World with their 30, 40, they don't do stuff.
Yeah, and then the bath toiletries are like chocolate scented.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
I really want to go. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
So, Siobhan took a day there just to go to Chocolate World when she was up this way.
One of our she was a sportscaster down here. Now she's on the main news. Her sister is special needs, and she works she hands out the candy at the end of the story. So
okay,
and it's really cool. So we've met her a few times because of Night to Shine stuff. While we're talking about the hotels, right quick, yeah, there are reasons to stay off site, save money.
So they have lots of perks to stay down there.
The exclusive Hershey Park benefits: you get free front gate shuttle service to an exclusive resort drop-off location just steps away from the front gate. Best price on Hershey Park tickets. Up to 3 extra hours with a preview plan, and 1 early access with Sweet Start during summer season. If I understood the preview plan, it's like
the night before. Like the day
if you have a ticket the day before, you get 3 hours the night before to go in. Like, That is amazing.
And
3 hours in a
honestly,
park that size is a lot of time.
it is. They have like a fast track line too. The heck's it called? It's called Fast Track. Yep, skipped the line, Fast Track. So it's kind of like,
Lightning
I'm just
lane or express
Lightning
pass.
Lane,
Yeah.
Express Pass. I didn't buy it when I was there with my family last year. I didn't think I need it the day that we went, but I could definitely see needing it on certain days of the weekends or holiday times or like spring break times. They also have like dining plans too, like drink packages and whatnot.
Wow.
So yeah. And honestly, the park ticket itself, like I think I paid $55 for Mason's ticket for one day. And
That's
he
not
had
bad.
access
Great.
to all three. And then the
Yeah.
grocery stores around here usually will have discounted tickets like for $40-something. So it's always cheaper if you get it beforehand online than when you're at the gate. But for what it is, like it's clean, it's fun, the food's decent, like it's not overly priced. I just think it's a great time that doesn't really break the bank.
I know we were talking about theming, and one of the things I love is their height requirements and what they're called. So like the no height would be a Hershey's miniature, and that's like 0 to 36 inches, and then 36 to 42 inches is Hershey Kisses. Then you have 42 to 48 inches, which is Reese's, and then 48 to 54, so Hershey Chocolate. Next is Twizzlers, and then the top one is Jolly Rancher. And I just think that's awesome. I like that they name
It's cute.
the different height requirements so you know where
I
you
think
are.
though the Twizzler would be the tallest instead
Tallest.
of
I thought they were doing them in order of like the sizes of the
Jolly
packaging.
Rancher would be like small.
The shorter.
They have those like height
Boards.
up when you go in, and it has all that. It's so cute. And then like characters are around. It's just
We've talked about it with the Universal and Disney stuff. Is like no one cares about taking pictures with a lot of the Universal characters because we didn't grow up with their characters as much as we did
Right.
with Mickey Mouse and everything. But you wouldn't think that you would want to take a picture with a Hershey bar, but at the same time, it's like
When am I ever
why
going to take a
not
picture with a
take
Hershey bar?
That's like-
Yeah, like
Yeah. I
that's-
have ornaments from them. Like we
That's
did, when
cute.
the kids were little. I forget how many years ago it was. I still had hair, so it's got to be at least 8 years ago. We went up there during Christmas time, and they have these like old school like cable cars, and went on this like historical tour during Christmas time. And like Santa was there. It was like, so we were like, it was super cool. Like we went around, it was historical. They had like some elf guy on her car, like playing along. Like it was, they have different things like that, for the holidays and whatnot.
So would you say it's a good, like, obviously
Weekend?
for somebody for me that lives, probably 14 hours away, if I'm driving, it would be a good flight. Would it be a good weekend trip where I could go, okay, let's go to Hershey and then we'll do something, in the area, whether it's, sightseeing. We would never come see you, Rachel. Why would we could drive an hour and a half to see you?
God, I would never meet you halfway or even
know,
go up
right?
there.
You wouldn't even want to
Never.
come to Hershey Park and hang out with us. But like,
Never.
would it be a consideration for me to like book a room for a long weekend
Yeah.
and do all that stuff?
Yes. I think it's absolutely worth it. I think as long as if you're only going to do like the rides and not like the water park section, it's a 1-day park, I would say, especially if you get the fast track. If you do like the museum or the gardens or just kind of anything around that area historically, I think you can definitely make a weekend out of it. And then you could do a spa day as well. So, I mean, you can definitely make a weekend out of it. I don't think I would drive 14 hours. I'd probably fly.
I would probably,
Yeah.
and full transparency, like last Christmas, me and Bethany actually discussed coming up this way because we were already in Oxford, North Carolina. That's about maybe 4 or 5 hours away from everything. So I was like, we're already this far away. Let's take the rest of the way up and then drive half the way home one day and then take a little bit longer getting home. We didn't. We decided to spend more time with our family and let Terry, bail on our lunch.
You didn't want my month-long sickness I had from that. I would have given it to you gladly.
No, I
Now-
definitely think it's worth the trip.
It
It's
seems like
clean.
you said you keep emphasizing how clean it is. I feel like it's like a hidden gem almost. Like it hasn't become like US wide popular. It reminds me of how, like Dollywood around here when I was a kid. Like no one from Tennessee or North Carolina really went to Dollywood. Like if you talk to anyone outside of there, they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? Dollywood. And now it's like gotten bigger. So it's like kind of, it's actually blowing up 25 years. We knew what it was. So I feel like that's kind of what Hershey's like. It's small, but it's still great because like it's not overcrowded yet, and it's still clean because
it's not overcrowded.
Flocking there. You don't have every influencer in the world there telling people to go there. So it's almost like if you want to go, like go now.
And I think like the price point's good too. Like it's affordable for people, but some people it might be like you have to save up for it. When I keep emphasizing clean, I also have Dorney Park up this way. I don't find it as clean. So
it's because the people with Hershey, I feel like take pride in like the backstory and the history of everything.
Right.
So it's really important.
Like, and when I was with the spa people, they've been there. One guy was there for 17 years. Like, he's like,
so it must be a good company to work for.
They are. And he says, it's different. He goes, I'm an actual employee here when usually at spas they're 1099s.
Yep. The contract.
So I think because the company treats their employees well, the employees have pride. It reminds me of Disney, where they're proud to work for, the Hershey brand. So I think that's also why it's clean. I think that the employees take pride in it, and you can see it.
That was going to be my comparison. Was that from the pictures and videos I've seen of Hershey. To me, this is what if Walt said, hey, I'm going to build an amusement park, not a theme park, that we'd get something that looks like this out of it. That's clean. The hotels, everybody's appreciative of what it is and they take pride in it versus a Six Flags where it's just where you
I was just about to say Six Flags. I think it was like not on the opposite because they're still nice, but once you go to a well-kept park and then you go to a Six Flags, you're like, this is the difference.
Right. And Six Flags is more of just like, you have acreage with some rides, where Hershey is more of like a town. Yeah. So I do. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. These people have lived in this town for as long as they have. So they have the pride like you talked about.
Yeah. And, when I booked the spa services, she's like, it gets booked out 4 months in advance.
Wow.
Crazy.
Like, and think about if it's seasonal as well, like people aren't going there just for the parks. That spa is that good that people book out 4 months year round. So
if you want your Christmas at Hershey Spa, go ahead and book it now.
Book it now.
Yeah. It's gonna book
I bet Pennsylvania at Christmas is very pretty.
We actually did the lights when they do like a light section too. So when we did that trolley motor coach thing, there was like a drive-through, like a mile to 3. I forget how many miles it was of all like the lights and whatnot. So that was cool too.
I did see they do a Halloween thing too.
Yeah. I've never done that.
I mean, I would really like to compare it to HHN because I don't think it's going to be as cool.
No, I don't think it's going to be that scary.
Hey, but wasn't the people from that last year making it like all over TikTok, the guys that were sliding across the ground? Wasn't that one of the parks that was making it? Was Hershey Park?
I don't think so. I think that was either SeaWorld or Busch Gardens with Hollow Scream.
I felt like it was Hershey Park, but I'm probably very wrong.
You might be right. I know the Hollow Scream does it for the other two. I don't know what else there is. Like I think
I'm just going to tell you that you have Hershey World and you have like the ride of how so you have the how they make the chocolate ride, and at the end of that is when they give you like a miniature size fun thing.
The one thing we need to talk about is the make your own Reese's.
Yeah, you make your own Reese's. Yeah.
How are you going to leave that out?
Well, I don't do it because my son's allergic to peanuts.
Well, I mean, still though,
like I know, send my peanut allergic kid to Hershey Park. It's fantastic with an EpiPen in one pocket and Benadryl in the other. No, so I've never done it.
Or do you make like a chocolate to peanut butter ratio, or how
I don't know. I skip it. I haven't even it's just because of my kid.
Somebody in the family had done it before.
I agree.
Siobhan, I think, was going to wait for it. She said it was like a 40-minute wait.
Wow.
So
But
she
it's
said
They
not
do
like
have
it's not a
like
small Reese though. It's like a big.
no, it's a big one. And then they have like ice cream there, and you can like make your own sundaes, and like it's like a whole food court thing with like specialized Reese stuff.
I
And
do
then
remember the food court and getting
Yeah.
a chocolate Coke, and that was because they poured chocolate syrup in it. It was absolutely disgusting, but we had to get
Yeah.
it because we were in
But you got
Hershey.
to.
Right. They just have like nowhere else can you buy like big things of
Your exit to
candy.
the gift shop isn't buying a big box of Reese's when you walk through ET.
It's fantastic.
Reese's, you know,
Like you just have like all the different, and you have like seasonal stuff, and like you just have Hershey products that you don't typically see, and like that's why I always end up with a bunch of candy.
So like when you go into like the M&M stores, or they have everywhere, like New York, Vegas, wherever, they have like the big cylinder tubes.
They
with all the,
have that.
do they have that? I'm picturing that may have with Kisses, like
There's
or like
Kisses.
every. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
because there's all these different flavor Kisses now. They have the hugs, the
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
or
Almonds are my
Almond.
favorite.
Almonds
Yeah, I
are. I
like
was gonna say
almond.
something in it, so the almonds are my
They
favorite.
they do Brookside, you know, like the Brookside candies. That's Hershey. Those pretzels. What is it? There's like really good pretzels that everyone gets nowadays. Dots. They also own Dots.
I love Dots. I
So
have
they're
Dots in
there.
my cabinet right now.
Yeah, there's like some weird sugar-free stuff. Like they have
No one
some
cares
crazy.
about that.
I know, right? But yeah, no, I think it's so like you just walk, and then they have like like mugs, shirts, games, plushies, pajamas. Like they have all that fun.
All
fun
of it
stuff.
smells like chocolate. No matter how many
doesn't,
times you walk with pajamas, that's going to smell like chocolate.
It doesn't.
It looks fun though. It definitely looks somewhere like as Kova gets older and wants to ride more like thrill ride type things, because they
Yeah.
do have quite a few roller coasters. Like it would definitely be somewhere that I'd be like, okay, we have a long weekend, or we have this random fall break and we want to take 3 or 4 days out of that fall break to go and do something. Because it's not a terrible drive from us. I think it's like 7 or 8 hours from where I am. So it wouldn't be a terrible drive to do.
See, that's what we'll
Flights
do.
up to Philly are really expensive for me. I've looked at them before, so
We'll
I
wouldn't
fly
wanna
to
fly up there.
Charlotte, and I don't know why they do that.
So expensive.
we'll pull through, meet Micah, and then we'll rent a big party bus,
Oh my God, we could get a big RV.
and then pick up
Drive up
Terry,
to Hershey.
and we can all come up to Hershey, and then Rachel will just meet us there. She gets to miss out on the big party part, but throw all the families in the RV, and we
The
just
16 passenger van thing. I don't know, something. Each kid gets their own row.
Bro.
Nice.
really get to know the families.
Yeah, because we
I
could
think it's
get me,
great.
then get Terry, and then we keep
Right.
going.
Y'all would hate me. I have to pee all the time.
But we're not
Okay.
stopping. If I'm driving, we're
Yeah.
not stopping.
That's why we're getting an RV. Let's get a
RV.
big old Winnebago, and it's got a bathroom. We can keep going.
And
That
then
would
we
hate
can.
me.
Then you guys can, can't park at the campsite there.
I can see Terry camping.
Terry will be like, "I'll see you guys at Hotel Hershey. Bye."
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks a
Me
lot.
and Terry will be at the spa.
I think there's a lot of great information. There's so much when it comes to exploring different things for families to do around the United States. And we always forget about these small parks like Hershey and don't think about it. The good thing about Hershey is that they do work with travel agents. So that's something that your good agents over at Magical Travel can help. Rachel would love to help you book a Hershey vacation. Man, I would love just to go to Hershey and eat all the chocolate. Like I could just pay and
So good.
you get a piece of chocolate for checking into a hotel. Like
Yeah.
not
They probably
a
just have
little
bowls of
mint
it
on
sitting
your
around.
yeah, I'm gonna take a big old bar of Hershey. Just eat that. That was our Father's Day thing at church this week, was they gave us a Hershey bar. Yes.
Yeah. My church did that, but they gave them like bite-sized Snickers
good.
bars.
I'm the chocolate person in the house, so like I would love going to Hershey and spending. I like roller coasters. I like chocolate. Hershey Park. It should be my favorite theme park in the United States.
But you know what we could do, Jason? Then, if you're doing that, you could stop by me. We could go to Carowinds,
Yeah.
ride the roller coasters there, then
Right.
go get Terry, and then make it up to Hershey Park. It could
This is
be a
true.
whole thing.
We're gonna make a week of it.
Yep.
Coming soon to the Castles of Cauldrons is the East Coast tour.
We're gonna
Road
live
trip.
vlog it, like the whole like car ride.
Yeah, we're gonna set up the RV studio and record podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, there might not be anything.
It's gonna be a WWE cage match, like last one standing.
That's going to do it for us today. You can find us over on all social medias at Castles of Cauldrons. We're really trying still, and we've got some good stuff coming down the pipeline. You can find, if you want to book a Disney vacation, Universal vacation, Hershey vacation, anything in between, you can find us over at magicaltravel.com with any of our great agents over there. They're ready to help you. Until the next time, we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.